Picture this, a bold shake-up in the world of rugby that could redefine how we watch and play the game, pitting superstar athletes against the very establishment that built them. But at what cost to tradition and unity? If you're a rugby fan, you won't want to miss the latest twist in the R360 saga, a rebel tournament that's stirring up more drama than a championship final. Let's dive in and unpack it all, step by step, so even if you're new to the sport, you'll follow along easily. First off, for those just tuning in, R360 is an ambitious new rugby venture spearheaded by Mike Tindall, the former England Rugby World Cup winner who knows a thing or two about the game's highs and lows. The idea? To create a global franchise league that bridges the gap between high-stakes international matches and local club rugby. Think of it like a fresh layer in the sports ecosystem, a showcase event with 12 teams based in major cities worldwide, designed to keep fans hooked all year round and spotlight both men and women players on a bigger stage. It's meant to attract new audiences, inspire the next generation, and boost the game's commercial buzz, much like how other sports like cricket or football have evolved with innovative leagues to reach wider crowds. Originally, this exciting project was slated to kick off in 2026, but hold on to your boots, they've just announced a 2-year delay, pushing the launch to 2028. Why the wait? Well, it's all about timing and getting it right, according to the organizers. But here's where it gets controversial, the path hasn't been smooth. R360 has faced fierce opposition from rugby's major powers, including a barrage of negative press and a glaring lack of backing from key unions. This resistance is painting the tournament as a divisive force, one that could lure top talent away from their current teams and disrupt the traditional structure. Let's break down the challenges. Early last month, 8 powerhouse rugby unions, England, Ireland, France, Scotland, Italy, New Zealand, South Africa, and Australia, issued a joint statement declaring that any player who signs on with R360 would be barred from representing their national team. That's a serious blow for athletes dreaming of international glory. You can read the full details in this Sky Sports report, https://www.skysports.com/rugbyunion/news//our players face ban from Test rugby should they join breakaway league as leading nations release joint statement. Not long after, the British and Irish Lions chimed in, warning that involvement in R360 could disqualify players from selection for the 2027 Women's Tour to New Zealand. Check out their statement here, https://www.skysports.com/rugbyunion/news/British and Irish Lions warn involvement in our league will jeopardize selection for Tour of New Zealand. And this is the part most people miss, these bans aren't just idle threats, they come with real consequences for player livelihoods and careers. Critics are vocal about other shortcomings. They've pointed out that R360 lacks clear details on crucial aspects, like player welfare, ensuring athletes' health and well-being amid a demanding schedule, and the exact fixture plans. Plus, it hasn't received approval from World Rugby, the governing body that oversees the sport globally. To put it simply, without that stamp of legitimacy, it's like trying to run a marathon without official rules. Even Rugby League's NRL in Australia has jumped into the fray, threatening a 10-year ban for any player switching to R360, and stating that contracts for those signed up for the original 2026 launch would be nullified. But let's hear from the source. Mike Tindall, a board member of R360, shared a full statement explaining their vision and the delay. He emphasized that R360 is all about nurturing rugby's long-term growth. R360 has always been about supporting the long-term growth of the sport we love, he said. Our aim is to create a global showcase league that sits between international and club rugby, a competition that keeps fans engaged year-round, brings new audiences into the game, and elevates both male and female players on a global stage. Tindall went on to highlight the sport's current landscape. International rugby draws massive crowds and is a top-tier spectacle, but many players beyond the elite aren't widely known. Club rugby is essential for the game's foundation, yet its fanbase is often limited to diehards. R360 aims to fill that void with an innovative format that broadens appeal, discovers fresh talent, and unlocks more revenue, drawing parallels to how sports like Formula One, golf, or even darts have reinvented themselves to tell compelling stories to new fans. As for the delay, he explained it as a strategic decision based on timing. Launching under compressed timelines would not meet the standards we set for R360, nor would it deliver the long-term commercial impact that the sport deserves. And in a nod to player concerns, he added, "From day one, our commitment to the players has been unwavering. Many of the world's best female and male players continue to express strong interest in joining R360. We want them to thrive, not be placed under unnecessary pressure. Ensuring player welfare, supporting their international ambitions, and working collaboratively with the global game remain core to our approach. The board is resolute. As a board, we remain absolutely determined to bring R360 to life at full scale and with maximum global impact. We're building something bold and new that will resonate globally, and we cannot wait to show the world in 2028. Of course, this whole endeavor sparks debate. On one hand, it's innovative and player-centric, promising to spotlight women's rugby more than ever, which is a big deal in a sport where gender equity is still evolving. But on the flip side, is it fair for a breakaway league to poach talent from established systems, potentially weakening national teams? Could it lead to a fractured sport, where loyalty is divided, or is it the evolution rugby needs to stay relevant in a competitive entertainment world? And what about those bans? Are they protective measures or heavy-handed tactics to squash competition? Here are some related reads to dig deeper. Players warned R360 involvement will jeopardize women's Lions selection. https://www.skysports.com/rugbyunion/news/British and Irish Lions warn involvement in our league will jeopardize selection for Tour of New Zealand. 8 leading unions agree players to be banned from tests if they join R360. https://www.skysports.com/rugbyunion/news/our players face ban from test rugby should they join breakaway league as leading nations release joint statement. Autumn Nations Series 2025, schedules for England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, https://www.skysports.com/rugbyunion/news/autumn Nations Series fixtures schedule dates as England, Ireland, Wales welcome All Black Springboks Wallabies. Get Sky Sports, https://www.sky.com/tv/sports $DCMP=ILC Sky Sport SNC article link, or stream with no contract on now. http://www.noutv.com/membership/watch-sky-sports $DCMP=ILC Sky Sport SNC article link. Rugby's key dates 2026, Six Nations, Nations Championship, Women's Six Nations, https://www.skysports.com/rugbyunion/news/rugby's key dates and schedule Six Nations Nations Championship Summer and Autumn Tests Women's Six Nations. Latest rugby union videos, https://www.skysports.com/rugby-union/watch. What do you think? Will R360 breathe new life into rugby, or is it a risky gamble that could alienate fans and players alike? Do the union's bans make sense as safeguards, or are they stifling innovation? Share your opinions in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you're on Team R360 or if you side with the traditionalists.